On to me, so along about the spring of '55 probably, we separated.
Honey, several weeks ago you broke the headlines with a story from California, or maybe it was Texas, that your estranged husband, Paul Mansfield, wanted to take custody of your child away from you.
Yes.
How did this headache finally resolve?
Well, actually, I think it is entirely resolved right now, Hi. I served my husband with papers, as you know, because I was filing for divorce, and I had to wait a whole year before I could file as a resident of California. I had to wait a year until I was actually a resident. So I did file, and naturally, since he still attempts to keep me as his wife, he can only choose to contest the divorce. But the whole thing will be settled very soon, I think, possibly within 2 or 3 months.
With her divorce finalised, Jayne seemed set on the road to stardom. But despite the film's relative success at the box office, the expected flood of film offers did not materialise, and her contract with Warner's was not renewed.
Really, 2 years after she arrived in Hollywood with the death of the Warner's contract, it looked like it was all over, and the only option then was Broadway.
Jayne moved to New York in the middle of 1955 to take the leading role in Will Success' Spoil Rock Hunter, which debuted on Broadway that October.
She didn't want to do it. She wanted to be a movie star, but really Warner's had failed. The kind of stuff she was doing in Female Jungle had failed for her, and she was seen as being something of an oddity. So going back to Broadway was her second chance. Played for 460 performances, and during that period, she went out on the streets of Manhattan and she continued the publicity beat. So she did what she was doing in Hollywood. She basically went and publicized herself to the point of exhaustion.
The publicity paid off. Jayne was hailed as a great success and attracted rave reviews from the press. With everything looking up, Jayne was now on the lookout for Mr. Right.
From a stage, you're looking down, you see, and it wasn't difficult to miss her, you know, she's blonde, and she was drinking a milkshake, which has impressed me too.
Mickey Hargitay had already established a reputation as a beefcake by winning Mr. Universe in 1955.
Jayne was just totally dumbstruck when she saw Mickey. There was just something there. It was a light bulb or a star, a sparkle that really clicked. And you know, the waiter asked her, you know, what she'd like, and she said, "I'll take a steak and that man on the right."
I meet Jayne, Jayne meets me, and we fall in love. It's like a fairy tale. Better than Harry Potter ever could be.
As the relationship hotted up, Jayne's thoughts soon turned to taking her new man back to Hollywood.
I said, I gotta get back to Hollywood. He said, I want to raise the kids there, I want to live there. And he said, leave New York. And I said, well, we're gonna figure out something for that.
Jayne's hunger for movie stardom persisted, and so Mickey suggested a film version of Will Success' Spoil Rock Hunter.
So I talked to Bill Schifrin. Anyway, I told Bill, I said, Bill, get her a contract in the studio and make the studio buy the play. As soon as they buy a play, they're going to make motion pictures, we're going to come to Hollywood, everything's going to be hunky-dory, Jayne and I are going to get married, we're going to have another kids, and everything's going to be fine. That's exactly what happened.
Will Success Spoil Rock Hunter, the howling Broadway comedy hit?
Leave and walk out on all this publicity?
And Mickey Hargitay as the Gorilla Man. Jayne's really got him up a tree. And accompanying Jayne on this mad whirl are all of the wonderful pals who made the play one of Broadway's most delight-filled entertainments.
Probably Will Success Spoil Rock Hunter is her best movie because it is a spoof of Hollywood. It's a spoof of popular culture. And many of Jayne Mansfield's admirers claim that she was really quite an intelligent woman who was very consciously playing this image of the dumb blonde.
I'm Rockwell Hunter, Miss Harlow.
Rockwell Hunter? His name sounds influential. His name only so happens to be Rockwell Hunter. What do you do?
I work for LaSalle Jr., Raskin, Pooley, and Crockett. The advertising agency?
Oh, those names, how crazy influential. He's a very big influential advertising man, that's all he is. What do you do there?
I write TV commercials.
Oh, no.